You're watching Machindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Machindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
Well, while we stretch our legs a bit and start getting back to work, the numbers show the novel coronavirus is still very much with us. Well, good afternoon, Machindo. I'm Scott Pienta. As of yesterday, there are now 72 cases in Branch County and 2 deaths. In Hillsdale County, there are 138 cases and 20 deaths. Lenawee County reports 114 confirmed cases, 58 recovering, and 2 deaths, with 30 probable cases, 16 recoveries, and no deaths in the probable category. WTVB says a 17th Lakeland Correctional Facility prisoner has died, the 3rd straight day that there has been a fatality among Lakeland inmates. The Coldwater Prison has the highest death toll among all Michigan correctional facilities statewide. 48 prisoners have died of COVID-19. Steuben County has 62 cases, 15 recoveries, and 1 death. Now, that number does not appear to reflect the outbreak at the Miller Poultry Plant in Orland, and we'll come back to that story in just a moment. In Williams County, there are 31 confirmed positives, 11 possible cases, and 1 death. Now, and Fulton County reports 29 confirmed cases, 1 probable case, and no deaths. As reported on Tuesday, employees at Miller Poultry returned to work at the Orland processing plant in Orland that morning. All shifts at the plant had been canceled on Monday due to the unreturned test results after several employees had previously tested positive for the coronavirus. Well, those results are now in. According to WLKI the Herald Republican, out of 791 employees tested, 136 of those tests came back positive, an infection rate of 17%. As we mentioned, those numbers did not show up in the Steuben County count yesterday, but the health department expects to have that to happen in either today or tomorrow. Now, keep that in mind. It's likely not all cases from the plant will be counted in Steuben, as some employees live elsewhere. But perhaps most importantly, Miller officials say 85% of those tested positive have not shown any symptoms. That seems to be a pattern as mass testing situations as both Lakeland Correctional Facility and Hillsdale County Medical Care Facility reported similar findings after testing all of their residents. Miller officials added that the numbers at their plant are very low compared to what other meat and poultry plants across the country are seeing. They believe that the comparatively low rate at Orland reflects the preventive measures that the company put into place weeks ago, including widening use of personal protection equipment. Miller officials say that they'll continue to be transparent with future updates, and they ask the community to join them in keeping the affected employees in your thoughts as they spend time in quarantine. Well, as for the plant, it's back up and running at 70% of its normal capacity. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is facing several new lawsuits over her executive orders in the midst of the coronavirus crisis. To start with, NPR reports that the Republican leadership of the state House and Senate are suing the Democratic governor in the state's Court of Claims. Well, both parties authorized their leaders to file that lawsuit 1 week ago. Now, they claim that the 1945 Michigan Emergency Powers of the Governor Act was meant to be applied at the local level, not statewide. They also claim that any emergency orders issued fall under the Emergency Management Act of 1976, which requires legislative approval on emergency orders 28 days after they've been issued. Attorney General Dana Nessel addressed those arguments earlier this week, prompting in part by statements from Hillsdale Mayor Adam Stockford, who said that his city would protect any business that decided to open despite the governor's continuation of her emergency orders. Nessel said that the most recent orders issued after the state legislature voted down the previous orders are valid, reasonable, and enforceable. Meanwhile, Republican Congressman Paul Mitchell of Lapeer has filed a federal lawsuit against Governor Whitmer and the DHHS Director Robert Gordon. According to WILX, Mitchell claims that Whitmer's declaration of state of emergency without legislative approval and her use of executive orders altogether violates the U.S. Constitution's Article 4, Section 4, and the 14th Amendment. Gordon is named in the suit due to his part in the developing Michigan stay-at-home order and for issuing a rule that establishes a new $1,000 fine for violating it. That suit has been filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Michigan in Grand Rapids. A group of churches and a Republican delegate is also suing Michigan's governor over emergency orders. According to MLive, the suit claims that Governor Whitmer's ban on public gathering violates the rights of freedom of assembly and free exercise of religion. Whitmer issued an order on May 1st that states neither a place of religion worship nor its owner could be penalized or charged with a misdemeanor for allowing religious worship at such place. The order also says no individual would be subject to penalties for not wearing a face mask, which is otherwise a legal requirement in confined public spaces under the current set of emergency orders. The lawsuit claims that the wording of that order does not protect clergy or worshipers from prosecution, calling it a quote-unquote fig leaf on the Constitution. The plaintiffs want the U.S. District Court to rule that both the 1945 and the 1976 emergency powers laws are unconstitutional. Well, still ahead, lots of cancellations due to the coronavirus pandemic. We'll tell you all about it when HTV1 News at noon continues.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Local events continue to be impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. The Adrian Daily Telegram says American Legion organizers have once again been forced to postpone this year's Deerfield Testicle Festival. The event raises funds for the Legion's post through sales of deep-fried cattle testicles and chicken gizzards, beer, and merchandise, and usually draws some 2,000 people to Deerfield each year. The festival was originally scheduled for March 21st, but was postponed until this upcoming weekend on May 9th. But now it has to be pushed back yet again. The Legion is considering a September date, but not everyone is in favor of that, as it would mean the 2021 Testicle Festival would only be several months later. Since no one can currently attend in person, the Legion asks that you show your support through buying the merchandise that has already been made for this year's festival. Now, you can find out more about that by calling 419-377-1339. All right, the Metamora Village Council has canceled this year's Parkorama. The post on their Facebook page says that they've been forced to cancel the traditional event this year due to the COVID-19 restrictions, and they are currently considering a chicken barbecue event in its place. But the final decision on that will come once the state of Ohio issues further reopening guidelines. And the Village of Quincy is taking a wait-and-see approach to the upcoming slate of community events. The Daily Reporter says that the Village Council on Tuesday decided to make determinations about those events closer to their scheduled dates. Currently on the calendar are the July 31st Kids Day in the Village Park, the Main Street Festival on August 21st and 22nd, and Pints in the Park on September 26th. Again, those events have not been canceled or postponed at this point, but the council is considering those options for a later decision. In a related story, the council also decided to lay off events coordinator Erin Vency for the time being. Now, if it is possible to continue holding events, the council will bring her back from the layoff. Council discussion on the matter noted that Vency will make more money on unemployment than she would by working reduced hours for the village. The Wauseon Recreational Association has also decided to cancel their entire summer season of children's activities. According to the Fulton County Expositor, the WCA held a meeting on Tuesday where they determined that the social distancing restriction in effect in Ohio would prevent the summer programs from taking place. They've also decided to follow the OHSAA's mandate that all activities be canceled through June. In a statement released by Parks and Rec Superintendent Matt Mitney, he said, quote, "There was no way in good conscience to put the youth of this community and their families on the field at Biddle Park this summer at risk their health and safety." Now, he added that such a move would be, quote, "reckless and irresponsible." The city previously set a deadline of May 15th to make the decision on those programs, but both Services Director Keith Torbett says it doesn't appear likely that the state's restrictions will be lifted by that time. Officials hope to plan some sort of activities for the kids in the fall. Well, at the same time, the Wauseon City Council says they will still want to open the community pool this summer. The Expositor reports that the council held a meeting via Facebook on Monday. Public Service Director Keith Torbett says that he's not sure what the state guidelines would be for opening a public pool during the coronavirus pandemic, so he's asked the Fulton County Health Commissioner Kim Cupp to gather that information. Torbett says that he has every intention of opening the pool this year. He simply needs to know what the pandemic-related restrictions should be. Season passes for the pool will be adjusted according to the situation. Now, currently, the city's tennis and basketball courts are closed until the state allows them to reopen. And now we'll go down to Angola. The Angola Parks Department has canceled some early June events, according to WLKI. Pig Out in the Park and pickleball classes, both on June 4th, have been canceled. Now, the June 5th Hubby Ashcraft Band concert in Commons Park has been canceled as well as the June 6th Yoga in the Park event. All pavilions, park restrooms, playgrounds, sports courts, and softball fields will remain closed until June 14th. Commons Hall rentals will only allow 75% capacity after June 14th, and that will remain in effect until July 3rd, in accordance with Indiana's reopening plans. Angola's summer recreational program will not start as planned on June 8th. Officials will reevaluate that situation after July 3rd. The Coldwater Board of Public Utilities has officially approved of measures taken to ease the burden on consumers during the pandemic. WTVB says that the Board of Directors approved the temporary changes yesterday. Now, shutoffs have been discontinued, late fees are being waived, payment plans are being offered, and the lobby has been closed to avoid face-to-face contact. The utility is also temporarily restoring services where were previously disconnected. CBPU Director Jeff Budd says that the measures are consistent with steps taken by other utilities across Michigan. Well, still ahead at noon, a man who tried to escape police custody has been sentenced to prison. And Bryan residents will be able to access public Wi-Fi in a couple of new spots across the city. So stick around.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Well, the man who tried to escape the custody of the police outside the Branch County Courthouse earlier this year, well, is going back to prison. WTVB says 20-year-old Jacob Beatty entered a guilty plea to charges of resisting a police officer and failure to register as a sex offender. Now, he will spend concurrent sentences of 16 to 24 months in prison with credit for 104 days already served on the resisting count and 8 days already served for the failure to register count. Now, last September, Beatty was originally sentenced to 5 years probation after pleading no contest to attempting first-degree CSC, and he has received a 9-month jail sentence. Well, he was booked at the Branch County Jail in January for violating that probation. Now, police say that when he is in chains outside the courthouse, when he was trying to run away, but Coldwater Police and Branch County deputies caught him in near Pearl and Division Streets. Well, you don't typically expect a county sheriff to be a person to put out a fire, but that's what happened in Williams County Tuesday afternoon. The Bryan Times says interim Sheriff Gary Moore happened to be outside the Eden Police Station when a call came in over the radio that an overheated dryer caught some clothes on fire at the Eden Laundry. Moore tells the paper that he drove over and saw the flames. He tried to put it out with a fire extinguisher, but it flared up again, so he grabbed a plastic trash can, filled it up with water, and poured it onto the machine. Well, that did the trick. Eden Florence Township Fire Chief Jay Klinger says his crews didn't even have to use a drop of water themselves. They did help clear up the building out of smoke and checked for extensions, but they ended up giving the all clear. Now, Moore says that he was just lucky to be in the right place at the right time. No injuries were reported in that incident. Well, Nathan Owen is officially Adrian's new finance director. WLEN says the City Commission approved the hiring of Owen on Monday. Owen has been in the interim director of the finance department since Peter Ranchknor left the position shortly after being hired earlier this year. Now, the new director has been with the department for several years, and Administrator Nathan Bird says he stepped right into the lead of the office when Ranchknor departed. Now, Bird also called Owen hardworking, well-liked, and experienced. Well, accessing public Wi-Fi will soon be getting a little easier in this town of Bryan. The Times reported that the City Council approved the installation of 2 new hotspots at their meeting on Monday. One will be installed at the East End Park building. The other will be at either the McDonald Rough Ice Rink building or at the Parks Maintenance building. Metalink Technologies of Defiance will be installing and servicing the access points under a no-cost outreach contract for 12 months. The company's Heather Tiergarten says that they're creating hot spots in city parks so that the kids can get outside and do their schoolwork while sitting under a tree instead of being cooped up inside all day. Similar setups have already been installed in Edgerton and Defiance, and there are discussions to install more around Williams County. And finally today, MDOT will reimburse the Village of Quincy for over $42,000 in storm sewer repair work, according to WTVB Village Manager Brittany Butler. Says that work was performed at the corner of US 12 and Pleasant Street last September. Stormwater runoff from US 12 was causing drainage issues, and the village asked MDOT to chip in on part of the nearly $2.6 million project. The Village Council passed a resolution Tuesday night to allow that reimbursement. Well, those are today's top stories. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for HTV1 News at noon. We're going to have a special. So this is news at 3:30 today, so you might check that into that as we're kind of getting out of the studio, maybe getting in some sunshine. Don't forget, you can find more news in our live stream 24/7 at HTV1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and have a great day, everyone.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.